Alright, welcome to part 4. I looked it up and I already forgot. It's part 4. So, as you see, I've now taken over. Well, actually, I've only built 2 more stations. And these 2 here are not connected. Which means that, well, they're great for just expanding, but they're not great for utilization of this track. Because now, there's literally only... Oh yeah, I've connected them with only 1 track, because this track already costs 200,000. Actually, no, let's build a bit in the middle that's doubled up, so I can send 2 trains on this track. But if I just send 1 train on this track, it would mean that it would be a pretty fast train, because it doesn't have to wait for any other trains to pass. But in this case, I'm gonna make 2, so that means he's gonna have to wait here. But then once he's done waiting, they should be in a good rhythm where they can both go without waiting too long. Alright, so I got an offer to hire a headhunter, which means I could poach a high value employee, or if I'm stupid, I could poach a low value employee. Okay, so who's the main competitor at the moment? Doc Murphy now, okay. Well, good to see that he's doing better, because he's one of the least annoying ones, I think. I don't actually know what he does, but I don't... Well, he seems nice, and he doesn't tell you that he's sending you bandits or anything, I think. Anyways, I guess I'll still steal one of his employees if I can. Okay, I've got a surveyor and a chief engineer, but I don't have a station master or an accountant. So let's get an accountant, because maybe I'll be able to easily... accountants might make it cheaper to buy locomotives, which is really good. Okay, but there's a good chance that this headhunt will fail and I've wasted my money, but whatever. Just the chance of getting one of those high value employees is good enough. Okay, so... Well, I just wanted to show you this, because now these 2 trains... They use very little track, but they're not in each other's way too much. Headhunt failed! Damn it. Every time, almost. Well, not every time, but it's still quite a shame. There, see? These 2 trains can pass by. If I hadn't built this, I wouldn't be able to build 2 trains on here. If I built this longer, I could build, I don't know, 3 or 4 trains, but I wouldn't need that many trains at the moment on that track, so... This is probably as good as it gets for utilizing these 2 towns. Okay, which one's... This one's Trisha, right? Okay, this is Trisha and this is Doc Murphy. Wait, is she called Trisha Jones? Oh, I can borrow more money, that's good. That'll save me a lot of time. Yeah, Trisha Jones, alright. So now I've reached a company value of 4 million, which means I get to... I've borrowed the 500,000 earlier. Now we can borrow another 500,000, because... Well, I've quadrupled my value, but I've only doubled the value that I can lend. But I don't know, for some reason I guess they give you more money when you're small. But from now on it's going to be about 1-to-1, so if I double my value I'll be able to take out twice as much in loans, I guess. They're called bonds, but they're pretty much just loans. And you always want to get the big one if you want to expand. You can get the big one twice, or you can get the small one a bunch of times, but then you can't get the big one twice. The small one's cheaper, but it's, well, not as much. Alright, 600,000. Now I can do some business with this. I've greatly improved my value because of the expansions I've been doing, I think. I'm pretty confident that it's just way easier to increase your value by expanding than by by doing the things that are good for the individual cities, because you just end up waiting. No, you don't end up waiting. I was gonna say you end up waiting for the cities to grow, but they actually grow really fast. But I mean, obviously the early game is really important because no one ever destroys their stations, and if they do, they rebuild them instantly. So essentially, you wanna. I mean, the stations you build, they're gonna be yours for the rest of the game. So you wanna build as many as you can. Am I doubling this one up? Yeah, sure, why not? I guess Don Lorenzo is not gonna like this, but what's he gonna do? I mean, he threatens to kill me, but he doesn't have that option. What a fool! I'm not sure if this is the best use of my money, but whatever. No, this is not the best use of my money. Let's do it like we had it. Just build a little double piece here. So I can send 2 trains on this track and that's it. Gotta make sure to give them the direction. They show you this in the tutorial of the game, but I don't usually do the strategies of the tutorial that much otherwise. I prefer just building the double track all along, but I mean for the start it's sometimes useful. If you have a really long track, then you wanna build it like that. Okay, so what can I connect this to? Guess I better get a station there as well to make sure that they don't get that station there. I mean, there's a chance that Trisha Jones might expand to there, but it's not that high of a chance. Now this isn't like the best tactic here, but I like doing it sometimes. Oh, guess I can't show you yet because the track inexplicably costs 2 million unless I get rid of all the unnecessary tunnels and bridges that it tries to do. Yeah, that one's totally necessary. Tunnels through everything. They're 200,000. What great savings. Alright, so I'm gonna connect these two with an X. Which means that this part here is doubled. This double track. Just enough for one train. Well, I guess while I'm at it, I'm gonna build a tiny piece of double track here too. I haven't bothered building a warehouse yet, which I guess that'll come later. Because I just need to make sure the AI doesn't get too powerful. And once you block off some cities, they really won't know what to do. Actually, I'm not sure if that's true. I guess they're just not in a hurry to begin with, but the thing is that they're just so in the way. The way they build is just so in your way. Okay, that one goes to Shreveport. And that means I have to set up this one still. Yeah, I'm doing this fairly well. This is tutorial worthy. Okay, I'm gonna have to get this locomotive that I don't much care for, but okay. So I can unlock access to the foreign workers later. Even though I could just get lucky and there'll be an auction for foreign workers, but I need to get some points anyway so I can progress towards the center path of the research tree. And now all my so-called express lines are annoyed because I have a faster train. So let's see if I can... Is there any way to get those specifically? Guess not. Oh well, it's only 60,000 to replace all the trains with the new model, so why not? Nope, now it's more expensive. There we go. Which one grows? Is that the one that they told me grew? Memphis? I guess Don Lorenzo might be having mixed feelings about that one. Because it's his town. Alright, so I've taken over a good piece of the map, so now I can focus on building that warehouse finally. Let's just fast forward over the final 200,000 it takes to build a warehouse. The city hasn't grown much yet. And, well, I mean, I'm 10% there to fulfilling this task of transporting the 1,600 passengers. Wait, is that right? I'm not even 10% there, actually. Well, I'll definitely have to increase satisfaction in these cities. Oh, sweet, we got a weaving mill, that's good. Weaving factory, yeah. I wanted to build this myself, but I guess it's good that it's here and I don't have to spend money on it. Because that means I can simply bring cotton to there, and then all my cities will inexplicably be supplied by this cloth that is being weaved. I mean, all the ones that have train connections to Augusta, that is. Okay, so here is the warehouse. I'm gonna build it right here. You can build it further outwards. It's not like unlike the train stations, they can be built further away from the city, which is why they're so amazing. And I can build the milk from here to... This really isn't a priority right now, but whatever. The milk. Okay, so I want to use, I guess, that piece. I mean, that slot. Because I want to reserve these slots here to city transfer, and then the outer ones to get, I guess, the resources. And I need to fast forward again to be able to afford the tracks and the locomotives. Unfortunately, this city this warehouse isn't smart enough to know what it needs, and it needs milk, I guess. You need to tell it which resources it should have. Don't know if I want to put cheese on yet. Well, I'll definitely put grain on. Yeah. Grain and... I guess vegetables and sugar. Ah, I scrolled past it. No. There it is. Sugar and veggies. I don't think there's fruit. Is there nearby? Ah, vegetables twice. Don't know which vegetables I should go for. Probably those ones. Oh no, Jacksonville is shrinking because of me not connecting to it, I guess. I assume. I mean, it would definitely be growing if I had connected to it, but also I guess I'd have to actually make sure to meet its demand for resources and... Well, resources for sure, yeah. But especially the resources that are being produced in cities, if you just build automatic tracks, then you're gonna meet those demands anyways. Because they're just gonna automatically transfer those goods to those cities. Because you connect the cities, I guess. Okay, I need to wait for more money. But we already have this one train bringing milk to this warehouse. And the warehouse works exactly like a train station. Except for the fact that it only uses the 6 resources that you specify, and it doesn't have passengers. So it'll bring this milk to the station. If it weren't so slow. Can we put an engineer on this? Maybe a stoker. Wow, they're all useless. They all just do that. Alright, whatever. Guess I'll have to wait. Also, I want to rename this warehouse to the city it's by so I don't get confused. Montgomery. I'm not good at American geography, but luckily this game might teach me. I don't know. Oh, so there's a storm, so that'll probably cause a breakdown in my train. I'm not sure. Look, this train's so slow I can't even show you because I'd be wasting time. Okay, we'll make train stations here and here. Oh, what a happy tune. Okay, so we'll make a little bit of a more complex track system for this one. Damn, this storm being in the way. Oh, I guess I might want to go with a strong curve here. Yeah, definitely like this. Now I would like to flatten this out, but I don't want to have a 6% curvature. Okay, there we go, that's a nice track, but I'm gonna double this track. So that means I'm gonna be really pumping in the resources into the city. Especially this grain here. Ow, Jesus, again with the waiting. Well, I can already start transporting the vegetables. And then here we see what happens if this milk finally gets there. Didn't suffer a breakdown from the storm, luckily. It doesn't look like this is going so high, but apparently it's very uneven terrain. Guess I should have realized. I guess one way you can see it is by having the height map. Yeah, see, there's steps there with the height map, right? But later on, when you get stronger locomotives, it'll be it won't be quite a problem. They'll just easily manage to go uphill, especially when you get freight locomotives for freight, then it'll just go upwards easily. Okay, now I've got more money, and the pumpkin patch has barely just left the station, surprisingly. I mean, not even yet. I mean, I think it's just about to move out. Oh yeah, and don't forget to cross this line in this case. Later on when we're rolling in the dough, we'll be able to just build the automatic signal and control, and we won't have to worry about crossing the lines, but in this case we have to cross them, otherwise they won't be able to go into this double track status properly. Okay, remember this part here needs to be as long so that there can be one train on it waiting, because that way the trains will be less in each other's way. Gonna have this here and this here, and there we go. I'm probably gonna connect these to this city as well, but we'll see. Right, now I'm gonna set up a train to go here. I'm gonna clone that train because we need a lot of grain, and especially in a city that makes beer, we need lots of grain. I'm even gonna make 3 of them. Now, of course, I'll have to remember to use different tracks. Oh, never mind, it's already... Well, one of them I'll set to the other one. There. Oh, and I have to put a signal here, so that this train doesn't wait infinitely on this one, on the other train. I mean, it'll drive up to here and then it'll wait for the other train to vacate this area. I mean, this track. Okay, got another... Oh, I guess I didn't show you how the thing happened. Essentially, we have 0 resources here, but we'll see this grain shipment come in, or is it vegetables? It's grain. What? What is it waiting for? No. Oh, this is not ideal. Why is it not? Why is it doing that? It shouldn't be waiting for this one. Okay, I guess we're both learning something here. I thought this signal here would have made it so this one wouldn't have to wait. But I guess sometimes it just lets that one come first. I better save. Okay, anyways, here we go. It's loading the milk cup, but then it's immediately transporting the milk into the city so it can make cheese with it, even though it can't, because no one wants cheese yet. They need to be, I think... Okay, oh, doesn't say. Right. If we click on this, we'll see, though. Oh, we need just 3,000 more people, and then they'll want cheese. Just like real people. Once you bring 50k people together, they'll want cheese. Alright, so I hope I haven't messed up too bad here. No, okay, they all seem to be going into these tracks. Oh no, are they? Yeah, they are. Okay, wow, 500,000. Okay, I guess I better spend this money. I'll build a train station here finally. Okay, now you've seen... Oh God, look how... You don't see this unless you're in this map, in this height map. Oh, this sucks, I guess. We don't want to have too much curvature. Curvage? Okay, gotta build it like this. Ah. Wait, didn't this have an industry already? Guess it's time for me to build an industry here. Unless... No, I guess not, because there's nothing good I could do here. There isn't any resource nearby that would require an industry. There's no cotton. I mean, if I don't watch it, I'll probably become dressmakers. But I don't know, that'll probably be bad. I'm kind of wanting to upgrade the station. Because it's too close to this. No, it's fine. Ah, where's the thing? There it is. No. Okay, here it is. Oh, I need to put the signals on so I can tell how much space it needs. Okay, so if I take the track here and put it into this, yeah, sure, why not? Oh, actually better to put it here. Then this way it'll be possible to No, obviously I want to go that way. Okay. There, this way I can drive from the warehouse to this new city. And, well, deliver goods, I guess. But I'll also connect it with the train station, I guess. And then the last thing is that I want to make sure that the grain also goes to the city. So I'll make this here, go there. This doesn't need to be that long. Okay. And here we go. Gotta make it like this. Gonna make sure these forks are well signaled so they stop in front of the fork and not in the middle of the fork, because trains will literally get stuck if you make them stop on the fork, because then the other trains can't go, and then if you have too many trains on that track, they'll definitely get stuck. And then you have to delete them in order to get them going again. Okay, now we can put trains here and here and here, and then this city here will basically be supplied with sugar, milk, and vegetables and grain. And the only thing that's left now is to add one last track to connect it to the other. Okay, so basically the way I've set this up is that this here is a goods network, mostly down there, and up here is, I guess, the city only network. But now let's connect it so that they are not too segregated. I could have done that one better. Let's do it again. Okay, so what are you doing? Ah, here we go. Okay, so I purposely selected this here, so now I can... Because otherwise it would have been the wrong way around. Oh no, now I need to wait. I hope that this current construction isn't messing with too much. It is. Damn. Alright, go, give me money. Normally you make a lot of money whenever you're on pause, but sometimes at first the trains are still so far apart that you have to wait a while to get all the money. But we're already at a point where we make a lot of money. Okay, this is ugly here. Let's fix that, even though we just made it, but sometimes it won't give you a nice curvature unless you build it and then rebuild it. And it's mostly aesthetic, but also, I mean, obviously trains move faster if you don't go left and right too much. And while we're here, I guess I might as well connect one last triangle here by making it so that they can go this way. So now they'll be able to... Wait, is that right? I was gonna connect this warehouse to the cities so they would all get the benefits, but now I'm only connecting it to this city down there. That can't be right. Well, I guess I'll have to build warehouses in the other... No, I can do this. I'll just build it like this. Yeah, that'll be perfect. Well. Yeah, sure, why not? There. Why won't you do it? Yeah, sometimes it's annoying like this. you think this is the way it should go? Oh my god. Yes, almost. Almost. No. Sometimes it's just retarded and you need to give it to give it a restart, I guess, with the sometimes it won't be able to handle the whole piece that you want to build, and then you need to tell it to take it a piece at a time like this. Great, now I need to wait for more money as usual. But luckily we already have 5 million net worth. And well, I mean the AI has stepped up their game, but they haven't built any other city connections that I need to be wary of. So that's good. Well, I'm already dominating half the map. That might even be enough to fulfill the tasks it wants us to do. I just have to look at this one city it wants us to do, New Orleans. Where's that? Oh, I can connect to that whenever I want. Alright. Yeah, I'll make an express line to that in a later episode. Okay, so now... Oh, don't forget to cross this line here, because otherwise trains won't be able to go there. Okay, so... Unfortunately... Oh wait, no, actually I could still fix this. As it is right now, I could only reach these 2 tracks from this side, from the city side, and the other 2 tracks from below, but I just realized that I made this in such a convenient way that I can connect it like this. And it'll do basically the same thing as what happens if you give it the auto signaling control. Which is costing another 100k extra, by the way. But I may have been better off just doing it like that to begin with. I bet this train track here isn't all that cheap. Yeah, whatever. Anyways, this is what it looks like if you do it yourself instead of just upgrading the warehouse to a point where it's auto signaling. But we'll get to auto signaling later. I guess that means that I can tell these other trains to use other tracks in a bit. Okay, so let's fast forward so I can afford some locomotives. Can't afford that one yet. Okay, let's do one more vegetable train, and oh, now it's going up nice. I could also use this warehouse to transport meat and... Nah, there's probably no point. Meat and beer. No, wait, there's a point. I should do that, yeah. I should definitely enable beer and meat on here too. Because that way, the city traffic will be less hampered by all this beer and meat that I'm going to be transporting. Okay, so here we go. So now it'll bring meat from here to here, and I'll bring whatever else back. So it'll utilize that train in both directions, which will be good in theory, but we'll see how the supply chain actually works out. And sometimes it'll just have more traffic who wants to do in one direction and the other. So we'll see if it in fact uses both directions. Is this still a level 1? Oh wow, I need to upgrade that one. Bonus for express line, come on, I don't want to bother with an express line already. Jacksonville to Memphis. Pfft, Memphis, that's far away. That's not worth spending my time on that bonus. Alright, so now we can see that the... Well, now they're all reachable, each one of these tracks with the way I've set this up. So here I can now, if it wasn't in the center of the screen, I can show you, so it goes into this track, but if I put it here, it just goes like that. It just goes like this, and that's good, I guess, because that way it'll be able to pass. This is the only train that uses that one now, so it'll always have that one. Unless some other train just came out going there. Alright, that means I can also drive the wood all the way to this one. But that's not ideal, because it'll create a bottleneck here if all the traffic goes through this little piece. But right now it's fine to do it that way. Later on I'll have to build direct tracks between the wood and, well, that city it's going to. I can do that sometimes without even having to change the train itself, just change the track. Alright, so Montgomery's growing again, and I think Atlanta is not growing. Damn, that's not good. Alright, I'm gonna skip forwards in the video and build another. Actually, no, I can do it. It doesn't take long. I'm gonna build another warehouse next to Atlanta, so Atlanta may grow and be supplied with all the food they want. Oh, an inventor, that's good too. I'll be able to get those foreign workers sooner, because you need to invent foreign workers. You really need some high prestigious inventor to tell you how to do that. Oh yeah, now this is what I was talking about. Now it's spamming you with the notification I haven't built water towers. That's what that means, in case you didn't know. It says locomotive slowed due to missing equipment, and that missing equipment is a water tower. Which I guess they should have just said water tower missing or something, I don't know. Okay, so now I need 300,000 so I can build a warehouse that has signaling control. Yeah, and I love when they just spam you with the notification each time. Well, it won't be long until I get a new train, and then they'll shut up for a little while, because they're a new train that isn't close to breaking down. Okay, warehouse with signaling controls. Now you can build a warehouse that's connected both to a farm and a city, but unfortunately that's no way to get the contents of that farm into that city. But it's still useful in other ways, because it'll connect that resource to other cities. But it's also really annoying. Well, I guess that would mean that I'd settle for... Did I say Atlanta? I meant Augusta. For that one not having access to a train connection of... corn. It's corn, damn it. I'm struggling saying the word corn. Okay, so now this is a new building that they've only just added. You see, this game has a lot of flaws, but also I guess they're somehow fixing some of them, so that's good. So now you've got this slightly more expensive version of the big warehouse or train station that has signaling controls, which means you don't have to do that thing I did earlier by assigning each train a specific track, because it'll just pick the track that is free, and that's great. So let's give it some time, and then I'll bring... Ooh, sweet. I needed that. Now with this auction, I'll be able to unlock a new thing, and also I'll make more money. Good. Yeah, now I can see this in the middle, the main line of research. It says 6 out of 9, or in that case it'll say 6 out of 6, but it doesn't show because it's unlocked now. So I can unlock it, and now I have this new train. Because it doesn't, you need to unlock, I guess 9 in this case, research areas that aren't on the main track. So I've 6 of those now. This, no, not that one, that one, and this locomotive. And that means I get the next main track thing, and that's the Dunham, which is a slightly faster locomotive. Still mixed though, so it'll still do all the work that it needs. Now let's fix this abomination. So bad sometimes. Yeah, that's better. Now it's straight. Alright, so we'll supply this city with high amounts of grain, which it needs to brew beer, obviously. God, look at all those notifications for not having built water towers. I mean, I might build some, but I don't know if it's worth it. It'll be worth it just to get the notifications off the screen. Okay, so we'll put there, we'll set up trains that go and bring grain to this warehouse. I set it up twice. I could have simply just cloned it, but whatever. Alright, so meanwhile this warehouse is empty of resources, which means that all the resources that go into it go directly into this town and make it grow, thus resulting in the town being bigger, and it's easier to get people to travel there because it's a bigger town now. And that's how we're achieving that task of making that town get passengers, I guess. And maybe we'll get Augusta to grow as well, with this warehouse. Oh yeah, now you can see that. Okay, so here let's look at this signaling control. This train goes in. Well, that's surprising. Normally it wouldn't pick that first one, but either way, that's good. Okay, that's nonsense, but okay. I don't know why it's displaying that wrong, but sure, fine. It surely can't do that. Now see, it's coming out this one. So if we're looking at the train signaling here, I can't choose a track because it's auto assigned, and that's good because it makes it so much faster and better, but it's also expensive. And you can't build this building by yourself, or you can't build it on just one side. That's annoying. Maybe they'll add that later. So sometimes you want to build a big warehouse that has signaling control in Augusta. Augusta W, that's what I call it, because it makes it easy to see things, easy to know what means what. How much is it to upgrade all my locomotives? Not much. I can do it. So now they all not dry anymore because they're a new locomotive. But yeah, you see this one? Wow, it actually perfectly used the track that was available. That's good. It doesn't always do that. Most of the time it only lets one in and one out, but in this case it was pretty good. Pretty convenient. So here we go. We have already used up that grain that they just brought in, because it's going straight to the brewery. And thus it'll be very productive. There we go. Goes up. Next up I should connect this cotton to this weavery. Even though it's already got more cotton than it needs, but not for long because it'll grow. Actually, I guess I might as well do that now. Let's do the cotton. And we don't even have to do anything special. Well, I mean, I'll do it like this. So it has the smallest area where it needs to bridge. And also I'll be able to build a water tower over all of those. Can we make that bridge smaller? That's it. More bridge. Okay. And then we're gonna put a train into this warehouse. And here we go. Oh, I'm stupid. I forgot to set up the cotton as a resource in the warehouse. So now I have to clone that train and I have to double up the track because otherwise it'll get stuck. I think. Yeah, see, it's waiting for that other train still. Now that train's going the wrong way, but whatever, we'll fix that. And don't forget, you don't have to cross your lines anymore because, well, in this case, because it's an auto signaling control. And then you can build a water tower, so you won't have that nightmare again where they all cry out for water all at once. But don't forget that they stop at the water tower, so you don't want to build it near the fork, otherwise they'll stop on the fork and then they'll block each other. Oh look there, it's stopping away to get refilled, and that's a new train. Is this cotton going yet? Oh, there it is. Beautiful. I just love this game. Hope you've indulged my Christmas thing. Oh, look at that. I get to buy something that is actually... Well, it's not great because that's the one that I didn't connect to this warehouse. Figures that, huh? Who would have guessed that the one that doesn't get a train connection is the one that's failing as a business? Well, whatever, we can fix that. We'll just connect it. So I bought that one, so I make the money now of all the resources there. So let me build... No. So annoying. Right. It won't let me destroy this one until I replace it. No, not even then. Okay. Ah, there we go. I had to unpause it there for a second until I could replace it. Destroying things is annoying in this game. Okay, this is good. I will cross it here. And I will set it like... Oh. Guess we'll have to cross it twice. This is not doing too well. Ah, whatever. It'll do fine for now. Did I set it? I mean, this is probably the worst, the worst connection I've made so far. But whatever. I guess it should allow me to double up this though. So now I got 3 trains going on this area. Do I? No, not yet. There, that's 3. Oh yeah, that one's super slow because it goes uphill. This is really inefficient stuff here. But yeah, subscribe for the next part of how to build your railway empire. Well, let's see how close we are at... Oh wow, 8 million. I'm really growing. I'm 3 times bigger than this guy. 4 times now, 3 times. And Don Lorenzo is pretty cucked as well right now. I mean, he would be, considering he's so stupid as to share another station with the other NPC and then not anything else. That's all he built. Alright, goodbye.